The Story team is ready to serve. One store, one focus, you.
What's your favorite radio station?
101.7 WKOM.
Oh!
Gentlemen, we went over the rules in the dressing room. I want to caution you to keep this fight clean at all times, and what I say you must obey.
Live from the WKOM studio in downtown Columbia. It's time to wake up and get woke. It's Three Dudes with a View.
Let's get it all!
Good morning, Southern Middle Tennessee. My name is Delton Kennedy. Welcome into Three Dudes with a View. I am dude number 3. Hope you had a great weekend, folks. School's about to start. They're going to start torturing the children again. It's just plain torture to send them to school 1st of August.
Next week.
Well, what is it, week from today?
Yes, sir.
It's just torture. I mean, they could still be swimming in the swimming hole, the pool. They could still be playing ball.
Swimming holes.
Not for the parents.
I don't let them swim in swimming holes anymore, Del.
Oh, Jeb, are you one of these
Thinking of Huck Finn.
put them in ovens type of guys?
Put them in ovens?
Yeah, you mean
What in God's name?
Swimming hole
Not
and
for the
ovens. You've
parents.
been watching documentaries?
Yeah, no. I mean, you'd rather have them go to school than go to the swimming hole?
Well, I'm currently at a farm. I spent the entire yesterday in mud boots cleaning out a river with my boys. Like, we get a lot of that in, but they also need to learn. And
What's the matter with learning after Labor Day?
I mean, the clock is the clock.
Oh,
It's 180 days of school.
Been
oh,
creeping
these
up
youngsters.
earlier every year. I
Yeah.
mean, it used to be, I can't remember that so when school started before, after Labor Day, it probably did. I just don't remember it. But certainly the last week of August, I remember that, and I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
but
we went to the
It's
fair and then
gradually
Labor
been
Day.
getting earlier every year.
The problem
I
is
guess.
Jeb doesn't even remember that. So, these
Yeah.
young
Well, man, my birthday's August 29th, and it used to be around the first week of my birthday.
Yeah. And that's fairly reasonable. I mean, it's still pretty hot then, but it's, you have to decide to go back to school at some point. But I think the 1st of August is ridiculous.
So you had a football team had 2-a-days in August.
Really?
Camp Nakomi. Yeah. I don't know if they still do that, Clayton. They don't do Camp Nakomi anymore, do they?
They don't, although I think we've actually been there within the last 20 years, but the TWSAA does not allow 2-a-days anymore.
Oh,
There you go.
that's probably good.
What
It is a
the
borderline
world
war
coming to?
crime.
Yeah, I mean, it's just whatever.
Builds
All right.
character.
And that was Clayton Harris, who's our engineer this morning. Good morning, Clayton.
Good morning, Del.
All right. Again, I'm dude number 3, Del Kennedy. Dude number 2, native son, favorite son of Columbia, 1977 graduate, Columbia Central High School, Ron Hart. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right. Dude number 1, Mr. Jim York. Good morning.
Good morning, Dale. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. And let's see, son of Ron Hart, Jeff Hart. We've been talking to him. He's got children that are school age. Good morning, Jeff Hart.
Morning, y'all.
Good morning. All right, folks. News y'all may not have all heard.
Hi, Mike.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Mike Roden, 25 years my colleague at the United States Attorney's Office, and his blood runs deep blue. Mike Roden, good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Hey, I'm a generous giving person, so I'm going to set Jeb and his dad, Ron, up for a joke here.
All right.
So here goes. Don't blow it. This weekend, I went to a family reunion in Arkansas. Go.
I mean, how was the sex?
Exactly. That's where we
Yeah.
meet. Where we meet chicks. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it
If
was
your
good.
cousins aren't good enough, if cousins aren't good enough for you, they're not good enough for other men.
That's right. And I got some lovely cousins, by the way.
Yeah.
No,
That didn't help your case.
It was it was very nice. It was
I
well.
was
we got
busier.
some good
I was
teams.
busier than the only set of jumper cables at your family reunion.
It's right. We all come from good genes. We all come from good genes. This is my mom's side of the family, and it was very nice. It's kind of interesting. My maternal grandparents each were married to other people, and they had families. And in the 1918 flu epidemic, they each my grandmother and my grandfather each lost their spouse and all but one child each. And then they married each other, and they had 6 children together, of which my mom was the oldest. And so if it wasn't for a global pandemic, I wouldn't be here.
Yep, there we go. And folks, it's hard to think about, really, and I have been thinking about this lately, but for people about Mike and my age and even Ron's age, our grandparents were born, around 1900, 1910, right there in that range. And both of my grandfathers served in the First World War. They went through the 1918 flu pandemic. They went through the Depression. They went through the Second World War. That's the greatest generation right there. They're the ones who raised the so-called greatest generation. But and it's really hard to think about that. I've had direct and contact with people who were alive 126 years ago. It's sort of a sobering thought.
Yeah, my grandfather, paternal grandfather, was born in 1900, and the things he saw in his lifetime were just amazing. When men landed on the moon in '69, he joked. I think he was joking. He said that he believed they were really just in Arizona filming it out there in the desert.
And they were.
I'm to this day, I'm not sure if he was joking or not.
Oh,
but that was kind of the attitude. They couldn't imagine such things, and that they certainly saw a lot in the 20th century.
And not to mention polio and tuberculosis. Yeah, go ahead, Jeff.
I mean, it puts you into the idea of where we are today, because the idea of like hard times create strong men create good times create weak men create hard times.
There you go, cycle of life.
And it's the whole Benjamin Franklin's, Thomas Jefferson, I will fight a war so that my sons can farm, their sons can be poets, and then their sons will have to fight a war.
No, I think you said I study agriculture and engineering so my sons can study literature and English and history.
That's why Hexet's trying to shoot the troops up with testosterone, make them strong.
Oh, Mr. York.
Yeah. Well, that is kind of weird. It's on brand for Hedgeseth. I'll give him that.
It's also, I mean, the experiment done on Navy SEALs. There's a lot of them. Most of them are voluntary, medical stuff. I mean, if they involuntarily they did something like the Tuskegee experiment without their knowledge and something terrible, that's a different conversation. But if they're like, hey, do you want some testosterone to kind of get a little more oomph? And they're like, yes, I'd like that. If they're on board.
The Tuskegee thing was the CDC, and it was under Democrats, and Nixon got rid of it, just for the record, on the Tuskegee thing.
Yeah, and folks, of course, Mike and Mr. York have been watching CNN or MSNBC again, and it really does amuse me the way I didn't watch President Trump's speech before the Correspondents' Dinner, but I
what
did.
Speech?
Yeah,
what speech?
You listen to him. See, this is my point, though. That's I did see CNN and MSNBC, and they're just having a meltdown. It was insulting. It was not funny. Blah blah blah. Listen, you libs don't get it yet. The reason why Trump he's boycotted the White House Correspondents' Dinner because it's a damn infestation and nest of liberals who not going to cover it fairly and that kind of thing. But you simply don't realize what y'all are going to fall for it every time. I mean, Charlie Brown's going to let Lucy hold the football every damn time. What he's doing, he's out there. He's purposely tweaking the liberal media. He's getting their blood pressure up. He's getting them to go crazy. He's triggering Trump derangement syndrome.
He wrote
and
a book
why?
about
How you
it
like the gas
No,
prices?
I'm going to finish. People, quit interrupting me.
Go ahead.
He is out there driving conservative turnout in the midterm elections. By that speech he increased conservative turnout, Trump turnout, Republican turnout by 10%. in November. That's what he's doing, and by giving publicity to it, by y'all talking about it, you're only helping him.
How's the gas prices? How's the gas
I
prices?
paid $3.58 yesterday.
And the futures are down. They're down incredibly today. So, like, again, it's a fluctuating thing. And if that's what you want to talk about, fine. I mean, I think that there's a difference between.
I mean, when Biden was in office, y'all railing across the sea about how high gas was in 2000 something, and now I hear mum. I don't hear nothing about
what I want
gas
you to
prices
do.
of
What I want,
prices.
Miss York. What I want
Inflation
you,
right now is 3.5% last month, the biggest drop in a long, long time. It was 9% under inflation. That's all we got to say.
Well, that means Walsh ought to drop the interest rates, huh? He ought to drop the interest rates when they
I
have
don't
a
know.
meeting
He's
this
independent
week.
Fed.
and once again, though, Miss York, Mike, y'all can't. Well, Mike, you didn't. Yeah, y'all can't do anything but try to change the subject. Yes or no? Did Trump drive up conservative Republican turnout by his speech Saturday night?
I don't know.
No.
We'll find out. We'll find out.
Not in y'all's world.
I don't know. I don't know.
It was stupid, Delk.
It's not the speech. It's what he's trying to get was the reaction by all you Trump deranged people.
Okay, in the same way that his trial highlighted the things that he was pointing out, that it was, and then the people who were mad, like the criticism of his speech is that gets airtime. The people who agree get more and more pissed off. So like, I mean, for God's sake, like, and then that gets airtime. And then that pushes it forward. And like I said, he wrote a book about this a long time ago. Everyone can buy it. You can read it. And he's been doing it the whole time.
His ghostwriter wrote it. But yeah, that may have been his intent. And we'll just see if it works or not. But putting aside
I didn't say it was going to work, but I did say it would drive up conservative turnout, and it will. And it's not the speech that will; it's the reaction of the liberal media. I would say that his use of the liberal media, and Jeb's onto something. Those trials and whatnot, I mean, they're the key to his victory in 24. That's why they were so ridiculous, so over the top, and the liberal media just went nuts, said, he's a rapist and January 6th and all that. And people just said, this is not right. This cannot stand. And so they voted against CNN. They voted against MSNBC.
And the DSA is also, the Democrat Socialist Party is doing that right now. They get a lot of airtime for their a lot more than they deserve, but that's how it works. You got to be outrageous to get.
I want to talk about that when we get back.
It's still amazing how people vote against their own interests. That's what.
Well, you say you're wrong.
See, Mr. York, you just turned out voter turnout because you just called 2/3 of Murray County stupid.
I didn't call them stupid.
Yes, you did.
Vote against their interests.
That's your words. That's not mine. I said I don't understand why they voted that way.
Miss York, it was plain English on your part. They're too stupid to know who to vote for.
Well, we'll see.
Too stupid to get ideas.
We are going to break. This is the greatest radio station, the most highly respected radio station in southern Middle Tennessee. We love it. 3 Dudes with a View, and we'll be right back.
You're not just a homeowner. You're also a bug in the basement with the frightening number of legs owner. Fortunately, you've got heating and cooling built and tested to keep going. American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, built to a higher standard.
Call Davis Heating and Cooling at 931-388-2090 for all your home comfort needs. Davis Heating and Cooling is your local independent American Standard dealer and proudly serves the Murray County area. Find Davis Heating and Cooling online and on Facebook or call today, 388-2090.
Boating season is in full swing. The most important thing to have on board is a sober operator. Remember, in Tennessee, BUI is the same as DUI. Your Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency wants everyone to have a great time on the water this summer. They also want everyone to return home safely. And while aboard, wear your life jacket. It floats, you don't.
Murray County cannot afford more of the same. I'm Gabe Howard, a Republican, a conservative, a Marine Corps veteran, small business owner, husband, father, and current county commissioner. I fought for responsible budgets, lower taxes, smarter growth, government transparency, and long-term water planning. We do not need more status quo leadership. We need proven leadership, fresh vision, and real action. I'll put Murray County first and people over politics. Vote Gabe Howard for Murray County Mayor. Paid for by Gabe Howard for Murray County Mayor, Stephen Brown, Treasurer.
Farmer Johnny here, Taylor Family Farm. I want to give y'all a little look-see. We raise 100% non-GMO, grass-fed beef, pasture chicken, and pork on our family farm. Everything that we grow is raised with love and care to ensure the highest quality and nutrition for our family and customers. You can shop online at TaylorFamilyFarmTN.com or visit our farm store in person at Etheridge, Tennessee at 301 Dave Reisner Road. That's TaylorFamilyFarmTN.com for more information.
Columbia Foodland is a locally owned and operated family grocery store with a full line of dry, dairy, frozen, meat, and produce items. We focus on keeping the freshest hand-cut meat and produce items daily with the most competitive prices in town. We offer weekly ad specials as well as in-store weekly specials throughout the store. Located at 427 West 7th Street in Columbia in the former Harris Foodland location. Columbia Foodland. We are here and ready to serve the wonderful people of Columbia and the surrounding areas.
Columbia deserves leadership that's prepared for tomorrow without forgetting what makes our city special today. A mayor who listens before leading, who brings people together, who makes thoughtful decisions that keep Columbia moving forward. I'm committed to making Columbia even better. I'm Stuart Parker, and I respectfully ask for your vote for Mayor of Columbia on November 3rd. Paid for by the committee to elect Stuart Parker, Charlotte Battles Treasurer.
The President of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
Marsha Blackburn is an incredible person.
She's a fighter, a true fighter. For the people of Tennessee, she loves your state.
Trump trusted Tennessee first. Marsha Blackburn will deport illegal immigrants from Tennessee in record numbers and ban China from buying up 1 inch of Tennessee land.
Marsha Blackburn, a very, very early supporter of ours, a really wonderful woman.
A rock-solid conservative who will fight the woke agenda, deliver results, and never, ever back down.
They're lucky to get you because you are a talent and a great person, and you've been with me all the way, and I appreciate it.
Tennessee's one and only Marsha Blackburn for governor.
She's a fighter, a true fighter. For the people of Tennessee, she loves your state.
Paid for and authorized by Marsha for Governor, Treasurer Glenn Jacobs.
Top of the day, I'm James Dixon with WKOM and WKRM Front Porch Radio, the home of the Atlanta Braves. I'm down here at Foodland Supermarket, 427 West 7th Street, Columbia, Tennessee, and I'm with my good friend, Bobby Howell. Bobby, tell us what's cooking at Foodland this week.
We got ground chuck, $5.49 a pound. Boston buck pork roast, $1.99 a pound. Boneless chuck roast, $6.99 a pound. Top sirloin steak, $7.99 a pound. Watermelons, $5.99. Iceberg lettuce, $1.49. Selected varieties of vegetables and other stuff, 4 for $5. Chicken wings, $1.79 a pound. Milo's tea, 3 for $10. And lots of other great bargains here at the store where you always see the price and that's what you pay at the register.
Bobby, y'all sell a lot of chicken wings?
Quite a bit.
I thought y'all did. Yeah. All right, everybody out here, if you want a local grocery store that the employees are always so friendly, the store is clean, shop Foodland in Columbia, Tennessee. Bobby, anything else?
Go Braves, and thank you and God bless.
Hi, Murray County Mayor Sheila Butt. Who am I? I am pro-life, pro-Second Amendment, pro-law enforcement, and pro-education. I'm committed to keeping Murray County the freest county in the state. We are currently working on the Comprehensive Land Use Plan, making sure that we all have a voice in what Murray County looks like for the next generation, while protecting the things that matter most to us: faith, family, and freedom.
This ad is paid for by the committee to elect Sheila Butt.
I've got a math question for you. When you add tolerance, subtract prejudice, and multiply efforts to treat one another with respect, what do you get? Less division. And school sports have it down to a science. Looking for an example of what can happen when we realize there's more that unites us than divides us? Look no further than high school sports in Tennessee.
This message presented by the Tennessee Secondary School Athletic Association and the Tennessee Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
And I
think it's gonna be alright. Yeah, the worst is over now, the morning sun is
All right,
shining.
we're back. 3 News with you. My name's Shelton Kennedy. I'm dude number 3. Folks, there's some huge news that came out over the weekend in the Hatcher-Ogles race. And let's talk about that first, Jeb, and then get to what you want to talk about in the third segment. But this is big news. It's called the Tomorrow Coalition. Is donating. It's a super PAC. It's donating $1 million to the Hatcher campaign, which has got to be spent between now and next a week from Thursday.
I'm sure Ogles will announce he's lending his campaign $17 billion.
Yeah, exactly right.
While currently $70,000 in debt.
The Ogles campaign is broke, and
they're literally $70,000.
$70,000 in debt, and
he's writing a check.
So, and
post dated.
All the talk has been that the super PACs would give Ogles money. Well, if you were a super PAC and you were looking back at a candidate who had falsified his election reports, his fundraising reports to the Federal Election Commission, you probably aren't going to give any more to Ogles, and so that appears to be what has happened, and that's what Ron and Mike are joking about, because what he said, he had loaned the campaign $250,000, which he didn't have, and he didn't loan it to his campaign, but the reason he did that was to get super PAC donations, because they won't give money unless you show you can raise money locally. And so he can't raise money locally, and it ain't happening, and they ain't giving him money. In the meanwhile, though, the Tomorrow Coalition is giving Hatcher $1 million. You may have seen the ads. It's called Elect a Farmer. And as a rare exception to the television ads we're seeing this year, this is actually a quite effective one, and it's going to get him votes. And you got to think it's going to be running around the clock in the two major markets in the district, the 5th District, that's Memphis and Nashville, and in a race that most folks and even the polls are calling dead even. And obviously Hatcher has the momentum, and that's going to be a very interesting race. All right, I'm dude number 3. Dude number 2, Ron Hart, good morning.
Yeah, big news on Mitch McConnell. They said that in his hospital room, a doctor came out, and a priest came out, and then the last guy come out was a taxidermist. So
that's not true. I played basketball with him yesterday.
didn't mention anything about being dead.
It's old plays like Zach Randolph, like works in the paint.
Yeah. It's a Weekend in Bernie's thing, like Feinstein was her last 3 years.
Yeah, there we go. All right, dude number 1, Mr. Jim York. Good morning.
Good morning, Dale. Good morning, everybody.
Yeah, see, Mr. York, we make fun.
Dale, let me make an announcement quick
absolutely.
On August 3rd at the Trade Winds, 1207 Trade Winds Drive. That's at the election office. Chris McKinley is going to do a demonstration of how the machines operate. They're going to clear a machine. They're going to put in false candidates, and show you how that works. So if anybody's interested, at 2:00 on August 3rd, they will be doing that demonstration out at the election office.
And let's see, Mr. York. Chris McKinley, of course, is our director of elections for the Election Commission, and out at Trade Winds August 3rd at 2. I don't have my calendar. It's Monday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Monday at 2:00. So, 2
p.m.
Yeah, the reason for that, Ms. York can elaborate, is to provide transparency. So, if you want to see that our elections are being run fairly and whatnot, then that's the reason for having this public demonstration of how the votes are counted.
The other thing I need to make an announcement to be aware, people should not place signs in the heliport area on the corner there at Trade Winds and Carmack Boulevard. They had a problem when the emergency was in effect. The helicopter couldn't land, and they had to clear all those signs and tents back 600 feet. There's barricades out there, but I still see some signs on the corner out there.
Okay, thank you, Mr. York. And once again, we all owe Mr. York our thanks for serving on the Maury County Election Commission. It consists of 2 Democrats and 3 Republicans. And once again, other parts of the country, other cities, other towns have very questionable, if not outright crooked, election returns here in Maury County. We are blessed because of the work of Mr. York and others. We just all have confidence, Republicans and Democrats, in our elections here in Maury County.
Delk, we actually just had a text from a listener wanting to ask Mr. York a question. Mr. York, do you happen to know what the voter turnout has been so far in early voting?
As of Friday evening, it was 4,600.
And,
Friday day, it was 800 had voted, but 4,600, still kind of a meager turnout.
And what total number, like in the last election, Mr. York, what was the last, yeah, I mean, what kind of a turnout are we expected total?
I'd like to see over 20%, but I don't know if we're going to get there. If people don't vote up this coming week and on election day, we may not get to 20%, but that's been pretty running total in this Maury County area.
What's the total number of registered voters we have in Maury County?
We've got about 69,000.
Okay. All right. There we go. Let's see. And so, where was I now? Dude number 2, Ron Hart. Good morning.
Here.
Okay. Dude number 1, Mr. York. Good morning, Mr. York.
Good morning.
All right. The son of Ron Hart, Jeb Hart.
Morning, Nell.
And 25 years, my colleague in the U.S. Attorney's Office, Mike Roden. He's on Team York. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning, everybody. That is good news for Charlie Hatcher. I take some joy in the fact that some hope, I think, in the fact that there's a lot of Republicans who acknowledge that Andy Ogles is a step too far, and that he probably needs to go, and that a more traditional, reasonable Republican conservative is getting this traction. So selfishly, I think I'd like to see Ogles be the nominee because I think that he'd be easier to beat and give Chaz more of a shot. But I don't want Ogles to have another term.
Can Dems cross over and vote for Charlie in the primary?
Yes, they can.
They can. I think it's a question whether. Technically, I think it's illegal, but I don't know that it'll be enforced.
That's never stopped y'all before.
No, but that's never. And Ron, to your point, though, that's never stopped. That's there's been crossover voting in Tennessee forever, and I can remember when I was a boy and the Democrats had a supermajority, they would cross over and the Republicans would cross over to vote in the Democratic Party primary. Otherwise, they didn't have a voice. And the same is true here. Mike, I think I keep hearing about tons of Democrats who are just anti-Ogles, and so they're going to vote. Right. They're going to cross over, and they're going to vote against Ogles for Charlie Hatcher, and then of course in the general election in the fall they'll vote Democrat. So
that's against the law, Dale. People need to be aware it's against the law.
Well,
the legislature passed the
it
law.
Is. I just don't know that it'll be enforced. But technically,
I don't know if it'll be enforced.
Well, how do you know somebody's Democrat, Republican? I mean, you got some litmus test.
That's the problem.
Are you allowed to change your mind? I mean,
I've voted for Democrats in the past.
And that's the issue. People change their minds all the time, and really, it's thwarting democracy when people can't vote the way they want to vote because they want to vote that way.
Yeah,
right.
and you're bringing up something
legislature didn't take that into account.
It's illegal because the state legislature made it illegal. But again,
that's probably that's probably unconstitutional. That's an unconstitutional. Yeah, I mean that's a free speech violation, and that's and there's never been there's never been a prosecution of that law in its history, and so there's not going to be now. And you've got a right to vote for who you want to, and that's part of free speech. So get out there if you're anti-Ogles and you want to have a real voice, because let's face it, folks, the Democrat is not going to win in November. I know there are a lot of Democrats pumped up, but he's not going to win. It's not going to happen.
I agree, Delk, that it would be an uphill battle in this district the way it's drawn, but I would never say never, especially in this year. But I think you're probably right, but I would never say never.
Yeah, well, and it's the same old story over and over again. I was out with a good Democrat friend of me. He and I have been friends for years. He's a great guy. He's a Democrat, but he and I are friends, and he's a good Democrat, like Mike and Mr. York are. And But you know,
I like that endorsement.
Yeah.
Damning with faint praise here.
But he's sort of on the inside of, you know, Democratic politics, and we were both at a speech that I can't remember, Jerry Green made. She's running for governor. She's a Democrat from Memphis. And every time, and I remember when my friend Carl Dean ran for governor, he's been a lifelong personal friend. And so, yes, I have supported Democrats in the past. I gave money to Carl. We had a meeting, a rally out at my parents' house for him. But I told him, I just said, Carl, you can't win. You know, you just can't. A Democrat can't win a statewide election in the state, or the new 5th district either. And every time they hire these consultants, and the Jerry Green, my friend was telling me Jerry Green had hired these consultants, and these Democratic consultants tell them there's a path to victory, and they point to the votes that, I don't know, Bredesen got or somebody, you know. And the more you give them money, the more they say there's a path to victory for them. There's not a path to victory. Now, there may be one day. The Democrats eventually blew their supermajority, and the state
They do the
shifted.
same thing in Texas every year. In Maine, Susan Collins, she's going to lose. The polls are showing Graham Plattner beating her, and then everybody's beating her. She wins by 9 points. Same thing in Texas.
And that kind of goes to the thing I wanted to talk about, is that like the Democratic Party seems to be facing like two crises at once. There's an internal struggle over its direction, and then there's also the serious financial pressure from the DNC in DC. Like they're $2 million in debt.
Yeah, but
and
let's get to that in the third segment. But I mean, the big news here though is Hatcher's got $1 million, and Ogles is broke, and that's going to make a difference here toward the end, and all you folks out there, the polls I'm seeing are showing neck and neck with Hatcher surging ahead, and surely the ad campaigns that get out there with Ogles not being able to afford anything, that really puts the momentum behind Hatcher. And so, yeah, let's, Charlie Hatcher is definitely the best candidate. All of you Republicans and Democrats who are tired of Ogles, who are tired of, bills to put Trump on the Mount Rushmore, people, you want to hire somebody who might file a truthful campaign disclosure, vote for Hatcher.
Well, Delk, we just got a message from a listener that the Ogles campaign has put out a video after this weekend's $1 million that they got from that new coalition, basically trying to tie Joe Biden and the Green New Deal to Charlie Hatcher.
Yeah.
So don't fall for it, folks.
Yeah, I mean, listen, right. And they always put out these over-the-top things, it just – and the Democrats are doing it, the Republicans are doing it, You get these mailers, where they're for killing children and whatnot. Yeah. I mean, who I throw those mailers in the trash can immediately. They're not credible,
Like the John Rose for China
right.
deal that came out last week.
And if they're in black and white or monochrome, they're all lies, and so it's just, it is what it is. All right, let's take a break and come back.
This is Barry Duke, and you're listening to 101.7 WKOM Columbia.
We are going to break at WKOM. This is the greatest radio station, the most highly respected radio station in southern Middle Tennessee. We love it.
This is Mark Curry at the Trailer Store. We are a local, family-owned business. Every day, I work with my wife, Susie, my mother, Becky, and my son, Justin. We offer a full line of lawnmower trailers, utility trailers, stock trailers, and a full line of trailer parts. We also offer service. Come see us at 1021 New Lewisburg Highway. Call us at 931-381-2795. That's 931-381-2795.
I'm Charlie Hatcher, and I'm running for Congress in Tennessee's 5th District. My faith, my family, and a lifetime of serving others has guided every step of my life. As a veterinarian, 10th-generation farmer, and former Tennessee Agriculture Commissioner, I know what hard work means. In Congress, I will defend our conservative values, protect our families, and stand up for American agriculture. My philosophy is simple. Work hard, get the job done, and serve others. I'm Charlie Hatcher, and I'd be honored to earn your vote.
Hi, I'm Matt Perales, manager of Maury County Equipment. We help you with all your agriculture and construction equipment needs. We carry a full line of New Holland tractors from compacts to high horsepower. We have a full line of Gravely mowing equipment. We also have New Holland construction equipment, attachments, and accessories for your tractors and a complete parts department. We are locally owned and operated. Come see us at 1075 North James Campbell Boulevard or learn about us on Facebook or contact us at 931-490-8183.
This is Elk Kennedy. A few years ago, my wife, Mary Susan, and I decided to redo our study. I wanted the same comforting earth color green my grandmother had in her study when I was growing up. We didn't even have a sample. Mary Susan went to see Zeke Maddox at Columbia Paint and Wallcover. He had my grandmother's color card on file from 1959. Today, her great-great-grandchildren play and laugh under that comforting green. Columbia Paint and Wallcover, Zeke Maddox, 931-388-2806.
No one wants to deal with a plumbing, electrical, or HVAC emergency. It's even worse when you're not sure what it'll cost, when it'll get fixed, or if someone's just selling you something. When you call Hiller, you can trust our experts to actually solve your home's problems quickly. And with true transparency pricing, you know the price you're told is the price you'll actually pay. Book online now at happyhiller.com. Happy you'll be, or the service is free.
Call the Happy Face Truck today.
Hi, I'm Kelly Dobson, owner of Caring Hearts Home Healthcare here in Columbia. For 20 years, we've helped seniors live safely and comfortably at home, right where they belong. We're local, we're hands-on, and we're proud to be voted Best of Maury County for in-home care. Whether it's 1 day a week or 7 days a week, Caring Hearts is here for your family, just like we've been for hundreds of others. Call us today at 931-381-5470 or visit us online or come see us in person at 1121 Trotwood Avenue, Suite 2 here in Columbia.
Hi, I'm Morgan Luck, a local licensed insurance agent with Health Markets Insurance Agency in Columbia, Tennessee. Turning 65 and choosing the right Medicare plan for you can be confusing. Let me help you find a plan that best fits your needs and budget. Call 615-586-9906 to speak with a licensed insurance agent for a free appointment, virtually by phone or in person, to review your specific needs and help find a plan that's right for you. Health Markets Insurance Agency Incorporated is licensed as an insurance agency nationwide except in Massachusetts. Service and product availability may vary by state. Agents may be compensated based on enrollment. No obligation to enroll.
Columbia deserves leadership that's prepared for tomorrow without forgetting what makes our city special today. A mayor who listens before leading, who brings people together, who makes thoughtful decisions that keep Columbia moving forward. I'm committed to making Columbia even better. I'm Stuart Parker, and I respectfully ask for your vote for Mayor of Columbia on November 3rd. Paid for by the Committee to Elect Stuart Parker, Charlotte Battles Treasurer.
The President of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
Marsha Blackburn is an incredible person.
She's a fighter, a true fighter. For the people of Tennessee, she loves your state.
Trump trusted Tennessee first. Marsha Blackburn will deport illegal immigrants from Tennessee in record numbers and ban China from buying up 1 inch of Tennessee land.
Marsha Blackburn, a very, very early supporter of ours, a really wonderful woman.
A rock-solid conservative who will fight the woke agenda, deliver results, and never, ever back down.
They're lucky to get you because you are a talent and a great person, and you've been with me all the way, and I appreciate it.
Tennessee's one and only Marsha Blackburn for governor.
She's a fighter, a true fighter. For the people of Tennessee, she loves your state.
Paid for and authorized by Marsha for Governor, Treasurer Glenn Jacobs.
All right, we are back to Monday morning. My name is Elk Kennedy. This is Three Dudes with a View. I am dude number 3. Let's see. The weather in Eugene, Oregon today is 80 degrees, sunshine, no humidity. The weather here is same forecast from now to Labor Day, hotter than hell with a chance of showers, 80, 90% humidity. So There we go. All right, dude number 2, Ron Hart, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. Dude number 1, Mr. Jim York, good morning.
Good morning, Dale. Good morning, everybody.
All right, son of Ron Hart, Jeb Hart, good morning.
Morning, y'all.
And 25 years my colleague in the U.S. Attorney's Office, a fellow who runs Deep Blue, but he's an honest broker. All right, good morning, Mike Roden.
Good morning, everybody.
And folks, again on that congressional race in the 5th District, Chaz Mulder, who is who's the likely Democratic nominee in the 5th District, has $1.5 million in his campaign war chest right now. I think this, again, though, lightning striking 3 or 4 times in the same place. And I know a lot of people out there, I like Chaz. I mean, he's my son's age. I helped raise him myself, he's once again, these Democratic, a lot of that's national money, if not most of it, and they think there's a path to victory. Well, it's an 8-point Republican district, and it's probably even more than that now. And so,
I think Chaz does have a path to victory if Ogles is the nominee, but probably not if Hatcher is the nominee.
Well, Mike, you could be right about that.
Remember Alabama when they nominated the guy for U.S. Senate that was the
judge.
Yeah, he didn't.
And Doug Jones won.
Yeah,
I mean, who would have ever thought that?
But he was a one-termer.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
I mean, it
was a weird year.
It was weird.
But it wasn't a Democrat did one term, and then he was replaced with a different Republican other than that whack job. And, so now we got a whack job named Ogles. So that's probably about the same thing. If Chaz were to beat Ogles, then he'd be a one-termer. So, yeah.
Yeah, and that would be the message, if I was advising any Democrat running this year, that would be my message. I would say, if you're satisfied with the way things are in the country and in the state, then I got probably no message for you. But if you don't like the way direction things are going, if you don't like things are nationally, give me a shot. And if you don't like me, you can get rid of me next time.
Mike, where you're missing the boat though is in Tennessee, outside of Shelby County and Davidson County, we are perfectly satisfied with what's going on nationwide. And
you may be satisfied with the policies. I don't know that you're satisfied with the way those policies.
Mike, we completely support Trump. We are satisfied. We are happy, and we particularly want those liberal media people
even Chaz
to be
Mulder
vanquished.
He votes the right way for the district. What Mike doesn't understand, I think fully understand. Is this not a popularity contest? So Chaz may be a better guy than Ogles, probably is. There's a lot of people that are better guys than Trump. But the policies is what we're voting for. You can't say we're not electing prom king or junior high president. This is serious. These are policy differentials that are very stark.
Yeah, which kind of gets to my point.
Let Jeb do his.
Yeah, go ahead, Jeb. Go.
So the Democratic Party, and I want y'all both, Mr. York and Mike's opinion on this, because I'm genuinely very interested, because y'all seem to be facing kind of a two-front problem. There's a financial problem because the DNC is $2 million in debt and just had to mortgage their headquarters in D.C. for $15 million. And then there's the other side of it. And the RNC's got like $128 million in the bank and no debt. So then the other side of it is the fact that the Democratic Socialist side of things is getting so much coverage, but they're winning in incredibly deeply blue places that would go blue no matter what. Yet they get the headlines strictly because some of it is crazy, abolishing the prisons, and you have to cover that. And I know that you don't agree with that. So like this, but it gets coverage, so it gets momentum, and it gets the eyes, and it gets the people talking, and people confuse coverage with competency. But 77% of independent voters have a negative, they have a negative view of of the Democratic Socialists of America. So like this idea that it can scale how do you square it? How do you move? Because clearly it's not driving in money because you're $2 million in debt.
Yeah, I'm not so much worried about the money thing. I mean, it's an issue, it's a problem, but the schism between more traditional Democrats and the DSA is the one that bothers me more. Now is not the time to have an inter-party squabble. Here's where I come down. I am for the most electable Democrat in the primary. I want the one who will do the best, has the best shot in the general election. In some states, that might be a DSA candidate, even though I disagree with some of the things they propose. I think their messaging is very bad. If they say, "Hey, we want a prison reform," I'm on board with that. I think there's a lot of problems with prisons,
like Trump did.
Well, yeah, and that was one of the good things he did. I would say in his first term. But to say abolish prison and abolish the police, or I mean, that's ridiculous.
It's wild that people.
I don't know how much of that is really they want.
That was pretty mainstream. Abolish the police or rethink the police was mainstream Democrat policy during 2020.
No, rethink and abolish are two very different conversations.
They reimagine. They use these words.
And I think that is a messaging problem. But again, I am for the one that will do the best. And in some states, that might be a DSA candidate. In swing states, no, I don't think so at all. I'm really watching Michigan because I think the Democrats do have
Al-Said.
I think the Democrats do have a very slim chance of getting the Senate, but they're going to screw it up with Michigan if they can't hold on to that seat.
Well,
Al-Said seems to be a very smart guy. He's a doctor. He's a very good guy. But I'm sorry, chalk it up to prejudice or whatever. I don't know that he could win a statewide race.
It's not prejudice. It's
they're
ideas.
not socialists. They're Muslims that want a theocracy. But this socialists would be a compliment to these people. Now, but again though, let's get back to the important numbers. There's $1 million going to be spent on Hatcher between now and a week from Thursday, and Ogles has got zip. And Charlie Hatcher is he is a great guy. He's a pragmatic conservative. Now, he's going to be for saving the Duck River, but is he going to be for wacko environmentalism? Hell no. And anybody who knows Charlie, they know that. And that's what Ogles is trying to say right now.
He's a traditional Republican that you can do business with.
Well, yeah, I'm reading something here on Chaz Mulder.
He's going to be a Sheila Butt type Republican. He's going to be, in terms of the environment, he's going to be for conserving and protecting the Duck River. But wacko environmentalism, no.
Money for Chaz Mulder, I'm reading about it here. Most of it's out of state, of course. McEwen Group, Columbia gave him a lot of money. And then lawyers named Matthews in Columbia, two lawyers together, gave him $28,000 together. Matthews are plaintiffs, I guess the plaintiffs' attorneys there in town.
Matthews is the leading plaintiffs lawyers firm in town. Yeah. Of course, that's who these
normal sources.
Dan McEwen is a close friend of Chaz Mulder, and he's got the means to do it. And that, I'm a good friend of Chaz Mulder. I like the guy. I mean, I like him a lot, and I like his wife. I like his children. They're wonderful people. But Chaz's views, and you're going to see more and more of this after he gets the nomination. He is much more liberal and progressive than people realize. He talks to the middle, but his heart is way left. And
there's really no room for a moderate Democrat in this Democrat Party anymore. I mean, Fetterman's about ready to get out. He's had it. There's not many left. I mean,
but let's but again though, we don't know that the only reason that Chaz is going to get the nomination is because in the 5th district, Memphis is going to control the Democratic nomination as long as that district remains configured where it is. But there are 3 candidates running in Memphis for the Democratic nomination. So that means Chaz is probably
I still don't get that. I still don't get why they didn't split.
Or the 9th. Because I know in the 9th there were 2. Is there a third one?
In the 5th, there are 3 down there running for that.
That's the thing is the 5th and the 9th, they all went to the same one and it got split into 3. And I don't understand why they're fighting against it. It doesn't make logical sense to me.
They just are. And that means that, but that means Chaz wouldn't have a chance. But that does mean because 3 of them are running against each other down there in Memphis, it means Chaz has a chance. But as a practical matter, the election is going to be fought between now and next Thursday because the Republican nominee is going to win. And right now, Charlie Hatcher is a great guy. He's a leader. If you want to see where his stand is on almost anything, look what he's done at the Tennessee Department of Agriculture. He has taken a pragmatic, results-oriented type approach. That's the approach he'll take as congressman. He won't be introducing bills to put things on Trump on Mount Rushmore, wasting our time, and he will file truthful election finance returns. And so he has got the momentum, the wind's at his back. But again, though, this is what Mr. York keeps talking about. Every vote counts. If you want to see Ogles defeated, vote for Charlie Hatcher. Get out and vote.
In the 9th district, you got on the Republican side, you got State Senator Brent Taylor, also from Memphis, who probably is leading the way. But I saw an ad the other day for Todd Warner, his primary opponent, that I thought was kind of funny.
Yeah, with a flamethrower.
The flamethrower, yeah.
And folks, let me tell you what, and I'm going to say this in public right now. Todd Warner, he's been in this studio. He's an asshole, people. He's an asshole.
Well, I don't know. That was a funny ad.
Will you tell me how you really feel? I feel like you're holding back.
So, why's Chaz a Democrat? He's just 3 races Democrat.
Todd, come on in. We'll be glad to have you on the show.
Service, he inherited a lot of money.
Again.
He's guilty about it. It looks like he inherited money.
Todd will come on the show and do it.
Sounds like y'all are overly concerned about the Democrats when you got all that trash in the Republicans.
You need a good
got all
opponent in
kind of
order to
stuff
make
happening in the
yourself. You need a good
Republican
opponent in order to make yourself better. And the DSA thing.
Charlie Hatcher's trash, right, Mr. York?
Y'all got a lot of trash in there.
Yeah, Charlie Hatcher's trash. Is that what you're saying?
From Town Hall, I'm Alex Thomason. A shooting last evening in the Pacific Northwest leaves 3 dead, 4 injured, including a 2-year-old boy.
Gunfire broke out during a food festival at an events complex near the Space Needle in Seattle, Washington. That's what a fire department spokesperson says. Police are investigating the incident. Washington State Governor Bob Ferguson says his prayers are with the families of the victims and the first responders.
Correspondent Andrew Stewart says 1 suspect's in custody. Police are hunting for a second. Investigators believe the 2 had been shooting at each other. They say there's no ongoing threat to the public. The on-again, off-again exchange of fire between the U.S. and Iran is off again. Both sides are taking a pause amid efforts to restart talks on an interim ceasefire deal.
It's a familiar feeling for oil traders as they start another week navigating the economic uncertainty created by this conflict. This time, crude oil prices have fallen on the hope that this